Miss Osborne, if you were returned to Gilead, would you be subject to danger of torture?
Every once in a while, there is a TV show that comes along that perfectly showcases just how powerful television can be in regards to the stories it can do and the characters it can showcase. And few shows in recent memory have done more of a gripping job of that than The Handmaid's Tale. This powerful and dark look at certain social structures and the roles of men and women have gotten it a lot of attention and a crap ton of awards. Season 4 is on the way very soon, and Season 5 is already confirmed. So allow us to show you 5 things to expect in Handmaid's Tale Seasons 4 and 5. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 5. The Early Renewal. Let's start off with the news that already has fans excited despite Season 4 not even being out yet. Hulu has ordered a 5th season of the MGM TV-produced drama starring Elizabeth Moss and created by Bruce Miller based on Margaret Atwood's novel of the same name. The Handmaid's Tale renewal comes in advance of Season 4, which will air on the 20th of April and consist of 10 episodes, matching its first season order but down from its second and third cycles. But given that the announcement was made for Season 4 back in 2019, fans are just grateful to have it back, and the cast is thrilled that there is more to come. We're very grateful to Hulu and MGM that the show will be returning for a 5th season, and especially to our loyal fans for their support, said Miller, who serves as showrunner. We are thrilled to be able to continue to tell these stories with our incredible cast and crew, and can't wait to be back on the air with Season 4. The early renewal for The Handmaid's Tale marks a sign of Hulu's continued confidence in its most prestigious drama. The Emmy anchor of Hulu's original slate, The Handmaid's Tale netted the streamer an outstanding drama series victory in 2017, as well as wins for stars Moss, Ann Dowd, and Alexis Bledel. The renewal season comes as Hulu, firmly part of Disney, has been thinning its original slate. Well-reviewed High Fidelity was canceled after just 1 season, with Harlots and Reprisal both axed as well. Hulu's current slate of originals includes The Great, The Dropout, Rami, Shrill, and Pen 15, among others. Hulu does not release traditional viewership metrics for its originals. Beyond the 5th season renewal, Hulu very much remains invested in the Handmaid's universe, with announced plans to adapt Margaret Atwood's Handmaid sequel novel, The Testaments, as a series with Miller. Miller remains under an overall deal with MGM. But that's about the distant future in terms of Hulu, so let's talk about Season 4, shall we? Number 4, the status quo shakeup. From a story standpoint, The Handmaid's Tale exited its 3rd season and enters its 4th season with a major shakeup in its status quo. Moss's Offred is a known fugitive, having recently liberated several children from the totalitarian nation of Gilead, formerly America, but being gravely wounded in the process. Additionally, central antagonists Commander Waterford and Serena Joy are both under arrest in Canada, where many of other major characters are currently located. A shift in focus from Gilead to Canada feels likely for Season 4, or at least an expansion of the series as the cast will be required. The world is changing so much, there are always new things to address, things that are coming to the forefront, Bruce Miller told The Hollywood Reporter recently about the series' present storyline. I think you want to continue June's growth. That's the basis of the show, June growing as a character, so you want to make sure you're focused on that no matter what's happening plot-wise, that you're really moving June ahead as a human being, not just as a character or a story, but a human being. The gripping characters are one of the biggest reasons why The Handmaid's Tale has done so well, and the hints towards Season 4 seem to indicate that things won't be slowing down. Number 3, the trailer clues. The trailer released a few weeks ago gave many hints as to what we might expect in the upcoming season, from familiar faces that will be returning to the state of Gilead as June holds her stance of bravery and womanly power to bring children and women to safety. It seems that this might be the darkest season yet. The trailer reveals that practically all of Gilead is on the hunt for June after having smuggled 100 children along with handmaids and Marthas. As June says in the trailer, "I made a promise to hurt them the way we hurt." Furthermore, by the look of the trailer, there seems to be a possibility that Serena Joy could be pregnant. And said by practically everyone in the trailer, they all want June dead, from Fred Waterford to Aunt Lydia Clements, they want her head. From the scene stills and trailer, it is safe to say that June will have reunions with Nick Blaine and her daughter, but not in a picture-perfect way you all might desire. Instead, it seems conflicted and more so detrimental as June's daughter is pictured in a glass box held hostage from June. Also exciting, there seems to be a pretty epic showdown between June and Aunt Lydia, who has proved herself more than responsible for an uppercut to the face. At the TCA panel, Moss made an exciting but short comment about the long time coming fight. God, June versus Aunt Lydia. So as you can see, there's a lot to witness in the 10 episodes that are coming. Number 2, teases from the creators. During the Virtual Television Critics Association press tour, producers Bruce Miller and Warren Littlefield, along with star Elizabeth Moss, revealed more context as to what might be expected in Season 4. Producer Bruce Miller had this to say at the TCA panel about what we might expect. We've got Lydia in this season in a Jivert kind of position, where she is just obsessed with June and has so much of her personal worth tied up in what June is doing and how much damage June is wreaking out in the world that she feels responsible for. Miller also added his thoughts on how even though June and Aunt Lydia are antagonists, they are inextricably intertwined. They spend a great deal of time worrying about what the other is conniving or planning to accomplish. He also added that it's interesting to see two people who both want to be free of each other are constantly entangled. Miller teased that a significant theme for Season 4 is who remains responsible for others' actions with Moss, adding that power will be explored differently from what it had already been in the first 3 seasons. If anything should be known about this upcoming season, Miller assured fans that this season would include mini completions for past build-ups. So the big word to keep in mind is satisfaction. This season we're waiting around, it was time for shit to happen. And I think that made me feel like, wow, you can have shit happen, and you can still have a really interesting show. It makes me think there's a lot of life left in the story, Miller said. Speaking of which, The Handmaid's Tale is known for its dark and disturbing twists. And so if this is the season where, things start to happen, you can bet that they've been planning some big twist to go on and keep the story fresh, especially now that Season 5 is complete. Number 1, Renewals Beyond Season 5. As we noted before, The Handmaid's Tale is a very important show for Hulu in all the ways that matter, and because of that, the company is inclined to keep it going as long as possible. But for how long can it reasonably go? As for how far into the future The Handmaid's Tale goes, showrunner Bruce Miller hasn't decided. Miller told The Hollywood Reporter that while he had very different ideas about a timeline pre-pandemic, his thoughts have changed. He noted, I do feel like after this year, it's a good time to reassess. So I know where I am in the story, and I do feel like we're kind of reaching kind of a pivot point. But whether that's the end or not, I don't know. It just feels like it's a good time to reassess what you were thinking, just because the story world has opened up because the real world has changed so much. Now to be clear, that's not a denial of things to come or possibly come, and obviously Hulu was so invested in the show that they did a Season 5 renewal before Season 4 even debuted. So that does say something. However, in terms of how far they'll be able to go, that might just depend on where they take characters in Seasons 4 and 5. And you can bet that the cast and crew will work hard to make things happen. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at The Handmaid's Tale and all that is likely to happen in both Season 4 and Season 5? Are you not surprised that Hulu would go and do its best to keep this show going as long as possible, given the reactions that people have had with it? What do you personally hope to see as Season 4 arrives? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.